Yo, Hustle Daily, what's going on, Hustle Nation? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Big Play Ray, and I got another storage time for y'all today, man. Smash that like button! Greatly appreciate y'all, man. Hit that thumbs up button. I love y'all for that. Alright. Story time on how she ended up doing 3 years in prison. Oh, shit. What did she do? Let's get right into it, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at the top of the screen. Let's go.
Of how I ended up in prison for 3 years and why it was the best fucking thing that ever happened to me.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It's just something different that and like if you see me looking ahead, I'm not looking at anyone. I'm looking in my mirror because I'm going to be doing my makeup while I do this. So, guy, he shall remain unnamed. And we just from the moment we met, we were like inseparable. The year of our relationship was okay. Like there were definitely signs that I should fucking run for my life, but you have to remember I was already kind of estranged from my family, and like it was very.
Just a side note, I fucking can't stand makeup. I literally cannot stand this shit. I just can't. I don't like it at all. Like, god damn.
Obvious I was getting more estranged from my family during this relationship from him, and I believe that was intentional on his part. So I very much felt like I depended on him. And it ended up turning into an abusive relationship, and I'm not even going to get too much into that part of the story, but it was a very abusive relationship. We ended up getting an apartment together, and like, I was just at a very, very low point in my life. Like, I felt like I had no one to turn to other than him, which ultimately was the person who was hurting me most. And we fought all the time. Police were called to our house several times. I called the police on him once and actually put him in jail for domestic violence, but then dropped the charges, and we ended up getting back together, as one does. If you haven't been there, you don't know. You don't quite understand exactly how you can't leave, but it's just a very mental, psychological, and when you're already like at such a low point and you don't give a fuck about your life anyways, it's like, whatever.
I was about to say, shit, motherfucker, when when this shit getting physical and jail get involved, oh, I'm gone. I ain't got time to be fucking around and playing around. I don't know what type of headspace you in, but shit, I ain't trying to be in that type of space at all.
It's like, whatever. I was working at some dog groomers, and he was working at this little pizza place, and we was bricks fuck. Like, he ended up getting with a friend and deciding to my accountability. I knew exactly what the fuck was going on. The entire time, I knew exactly what was going on. Was I necessarily participating? Like, in a sense, is where I was living there. I knew what was going on. But was I going to, like, really involved, like, in the actual act of, no. It doesn't really matter because both of our names are on the lease.
Did she say trafficking? Trafficking what?
I knew we had lived in this apartment, like, this is like month 4 of getting this apartment. So, anyways, we did that for a little while. Our relationship just got like super crazy, like way more abusive, way crazier. Like, I literally fucking hated my life. I tried to leave him one time, which he would constantly break up with me for like a day and then like go hook up with people. So basically, to make an extremely long story short, I went to prison for basically being an accomplice to, and my official charges.
Okay, drug selling. And I don't know why the volume went low right there. She said selling drugs. Okay, she was accomplice to selling drugs. Okay.
I have 1 count of aggravated possession, and I have 2 counts of permitting abuse. Are my official charges. They are all felony 5s. They all carry a maximum of 1 year in prison each. I had 3 of them, but it's all on one case. 100% accountability for my part. I 100% knew what was going on. I did not care. I didn't even care about my life. Like, that is the darkest, like, those were the darkest moments of my life. Like, I'm literally getting, like, all the time, like, constantly fighting, like, constant freaking, like, verbal, mental mind games, hooking up with my friends, breaking my stuff, like, literally snapping my glasses in half, like, all kinds of stuff. It was just a whole lot going on in my life. So I didn't care what he was doing. I didn't care what he was doing. Like, honestly, basically how we got caught is, somebody, I do know who it is, because there is a thing called a discovery packet. They give you all the information they have against you, all of it, all the evidence, everything. They don't give you their name. They give you the tapes, the transcripts. Like, you can put two and two together. I know exactly who it was. I won't say their name on here, but I know who it was. Thank you to him. If you're watching this, thank you to you, because you literally saved my fucking life. So thank you for doing that. They knew that he had waited until we left. We basically, like, pulled out of our apartment complex parking lot, and they pulled us over. He just immediately handed me everything that he on him. I don't know why I whispered that part. He handed everything to me that he had on him, and I just took it, and charge comes from that, which is him giving everything he had to me, my bra, and then finding it, because they immediately, when they pulled us over, they had warrants for our phones, they had warrants for the car, they had warrants for our apartment, and they had warrants for our arrest. So, like, there was no, like, getting out of that. They were going to find whatever they were going to find, and I should have just put it in the car, but I did not. Either way, they were going to charge me. One of my permitting drug abuse charges comes from my name being on the lease of the apartment where the were. And the second one comes from my voice being on the actual wire recording itself. My guess is that they had been watching us, because we had the cops called to our apartment several times. I had called the cops on him and put him in jail for domestic violence one time. Our neighbors had called the cops on us for domestic violence several times. Mind you, we lived there like 7 months. Like, we didn't even make it through a whole fucking lease. And so, honestly, when I got arrested, I did not understand the magnitude of what was happening to me. Like, I really didn't. I got bonded out, pretty quickly, because it takes a while to get actually convicted. So I got bonded out. System getting convicted. I broke a no contact order, and they were like, all right, Peach. Like, why did I do that? It's just so hard to get out of the cycle of abuse. You just don't even understand. It's, like, traumatizing. Like, I literally I hated my life. I had no care in the world about my life. Like, I was done. I was so over it, and I just felt like I was trapped. I couldn't get out. I one time tried to leave, and actually, he broke into my friend's house that I was staying at. Shout out Lindsay. If you're here and watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He broke into her house, stole my phone, court for the final time, and when they sentenced me, they gave me 3 years. They gave me the maximum time for each of my felonies, and I think that they did that to try to help me, and I think they expected me to file. So I ended up staying in there 2.5 years. At the last 6 months of my stay, I went to a halfway house, which basically you live there. You're still considered an inmate, but you live there and you're able to, like, get a job and stuff. Was something that I really wanted to do, because I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to live after I got out. I was very estranged with my family before I went in. And honestly, the entire time I was in prison, not one family or friend ever came to visit me. So, where I stood with all of them, I didn't really know what was going to happen. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the halfway house, and I'm going to work my fucking ass off. I'm just going to make as much money as I fucking can. Like, I had a little bit of money saved up from prison. If you want to know about that, I can make a story about that. And then I just fucking worked my fucking ass off. Like, I just didn't talk. That guy, my co-defendant, he never went to prison. sus. He never went to prison, but I fucking basically never talked to him again. He still, to this day, tries to add me on Snapchat like once a year, and I'm like, bitch, I fucking hate you. And, you literally used to beat my ass, so fuck you. I got a job at Bar Louie. I had a little bit saved up from prison, and I just worked my ass off. I got an apartment in like this little teeny tiny fucking apartment in Arlington Heights in Cincinnati. Ubered to work every day, literally Ubered to work. And saved up enough money, car, and then just kept working and saved up enough money to move to Los Angeles, which, mind you, I moved to Los Angeles with like fucking $5,000, and that was it. So I can make something shake off of bare minimum. That's the story. That's the logistics. Please, I'm an open book. Ask any questions. I didn't want to make this video too fucking long, so I didn't go too into detail about every single aspect of everything. So if you guys have any specific questions about prison or jail or like my experience or like what happened, like please don't feel like you're gonna offend me. I will not be offended. You can ask any questions you want. I'm an open book about this topic because I feel like I'm so far removed from it, like to try to kind of knock people out of their stigma of what exactly they feel like a felon is, a felon looks like, because I'm proof. Like I haven't had a speeding ticket in over 10 years. Like I got my felony in 2015. And I've completely just changed my life. I'm like such a normal, everyday person. And I just think that's why I like to tell my story, because it just breaks the stigma of what people think felons actually are. And there's 19 million of us. Again, I'll emphasize that. There are 19 million of us. So chances are that you know someone who's a felon, whether you know that they're a felon or not. I don't know. But they're probably one. So moral of the story, just be nice to people. You never know what they're going through. Even if you see them on social media and you're like, oh, wow, someone's life is so perfect, or it's like, first of all, no one's life is ever perfect. And second of all, you have no fucking idea what people have went through. Like literally none. And I think that was the biggest lesson that I took from prison, is that you truly don't know what people.
Alright, this volume in this video was kind of all over the place, so when I edit, I'm gonna just turn the volume up, so it may go up and down if y'all haven't already turned that shit off by now. But I'm glad she got her life together, man. You know what I'm saying? Holding the drugs when the police pull you over is crazy. That's true ride or die behavior right there. I fucks with that. But I'm glad she got out that toxic relationship. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody deserve to be getting their ass beat and the police called and all this and all that. Sound like this was a very toxic, drug infested relationship. They both on drugs. They both going crazy, selling it, on drugs, all type of shit, fighting, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? The typical toxic relationship. Well, I ain't gonna say being on drugs is typical, but well, I don't know shit. I don't know. But nah, that shit ain't typical. Fuck no. Especially them big boy drugs. You know what I'm talking about? It didn't sound like they was just doing no weed or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad she looked alright. She looked better. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She don't look like she on drugs. Pupils looking straight. Look like her eyes wide open. I think she doing alright. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me, man. It's your boy Ray Big Play. I'm out of here, man. Peace.